Welcome back to Reds Fusion LFC, your ultimate home for all the latest Liverpool FC news, transfer buzz, and exclusive player reactions. Today we've got huge updates, from Florian Wirtz's transfer hints to Mac Allister's big role change, Isak's bold claim, and Frimpong's cheeky dig at Spurs. Plus, Liverpool are ready to smash the $100 million barrier for a top target, and it could cost even more. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with every twist and turn in the transfer window. Florian Wirtz has already told Liverpool where to play him as he makes sad. Claim about transfer Florian Wirtz is still adapting to English football following his 116-meter move to Liverpool from Bayer. Leverkusen Florian Wirtz is yet to produce his best form for Liverpool, but the German has hinted what needs to happen for that to change. The playmaker is yet to return a goal contribution in the Premier League since joining the Reds in an 116-meter move from Bayer Leverkusen this summer. As a result, he has been the subject of intense scrutiny, with a plethora of pundits piling in to have their say on his performances. With the reigning Premier League champions also not at their best, having lost their last 3 matches prior to the October international break, critiques have only grown. Arne Slot's usage of the 22-year-old has also prompted much debate, though the wider footballing community are not in agreement when it comes to discussing where Wirtz should play. The midfielder has primarily played at number 10 during his Liverpool career to date, but has also been fielded on the left wing on a couple of occasions, including unsuccessfully in the Reds' defeat to Crystal Palace. For those keeping track of the hordes of pundits debating Wirtz's role, you will find a relatively even split between those insisting he has to play at number 10 and those adamant he should be utilized on the left wing instead. Evidently, in such circumstances before performances pick up, Slot and Wirtz cannot win, but the German does at least have his own answer when it comes to his favorite position. Sorry to disappoint those who want to see the 22-year-old line up on the left in place of Cody Gakpo, but he has made it abundantly clear that his favored position is a central one. Wirtz recently sat down with Sky Sports for a special feature interview, as he reacted to video messages from his loved ones about his journey so far prior to his move to Liverpool. 2 of his former FC Köln youth coaches, Martin Heck and Marcus Dawn, both took part in the feature, with Wirtz crediting them both for the role they played in his career and having won the German championship with Köln under-17s in 2019 under Heck's stewardship. Wirtz opened up on how both coaches helped get the best out of him. Heck was just always there for us. Motivated us, especially for me, he recalled. He gave me the freedom on the pitch. He put me in the position where I have to be, like behind the striker on the number 10, and just gave me the freedom. Marcus was the same. There I was even captain in the second year in the under-17s. They were coaches that gave me the confidence that I need, that I can just play my own game and be the best version of myself. Meanwhile, in one of Dawn's video contributions, the coach lifted the lid on one meeting he once held with Wirtz and how it only reiterated his belief that his compatriot was destined for the very top. I asked him in a meeting about his career goals, Dawn recalled. All the guys from the team said, "Oh, I will be German championship winner this year and I will be in the starting audience." Florian said, "I will win the Ballon d'Or in the future." And I said, "Okay." Normally I would say, "Okay, please stay realistic," but in this case I said, "Okay, go your way and you can achieve it." I knew from the beginning that he will go his way until the top of the world. Wirtz would offer his only take on his Ballon d'Or dreams, admitting with a chuckle, "I was saying this every day when I was younger." Elsewhere in the feature, Wirtz also offered a possible hint behind one of his reasons for choosing Liverpool over a switch to Bayern Munich, as he stressed how important it had been for him to leave Leverkusen on the best of terms. "I'm really happy about this, that I left Leverkusen on good terms," he admitted. "I would be really sad if it was the opposite. We achieved really big and incredible things together. In the end, we talked and were trustful and straight to each other to make the best possible thing for the move. Everyone was happy in the end, and that's what really matters for me, and I'm really happy about this." Alexis Mac Allister plan for Manchester United to change as Liverpool await official Statement: Alexis Mac Allister could be on international duty for longer than initially planned ahead of Liverpool's visit from Manchester. United Alexis Mac Allister is faced with the prospect of returning to Liverpool later than planned, before next week's visit from Manchester United. It comes as Argentina's match with Puerto Rico looks set to be moved back a day. World champions Argentina were slated to meet Puerto Rico on Monday, October 13th at Chicago's Soldier Field Stadium. However, reports have emerged claiming the game will be pushed back a day and moved to Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the home of Inter Miami star and Argentina captain Lionel Messi. It means Reds star Mac Allister could be heading back to Merseyside later than initially anticipated. That gives the midfielder less time to prepare for the visit of United on Sunday, October 19th, as Arne Slot aims to end a run of 3 successive defeats. Chicago Park District spokesman Luca Serra confirmed to the Associated Press on Wednesday, September 17th, that the Puerto Rico match won't be played in Chicago. Yes, confirming that the Argentina against Puerto Rico match has been canceled in Chicago, Serra said. The promoter made the decision this morning due to low ticket sales. No official statement has been released by the promoter. An Argentine Football Association executive confirmed the move earlier to the AP and said it was because of the situation in Chicago, where United States President Donald Trump has deployed the National Guard to quell protests against the immigration crackdown. The official spoke on condition of anonymity because the relocation had not been publicly announced. More than 1,000 immigrants have been arrested since an immigration crackdown started last month in the Chicago area. The Trump administration vowed to deploy National Guard troops in its agenda to boost deportations. Argentina will play Venezuela in another friendly on Friday at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Messi was called up to play in both games, which are part of Argentina's preparations for next year's World Cup, which will be co-hosted by the U.S., Mexico, and Canada from June 11 to July 19th. Mac Allister, meanwhile, has had a tough start to the season. One of the stars of last season's title win, the 26-year-old has struggled with his fitness, and while he has started 6 of Liverpool's 7 Premier League fixtures so far this season, he has failed to complete any of them. Alexander Isak makes better claim after Newcastle exit as Liverpool star set for big step. Alexander Isak insists he is ready to play a full 90 minutes for the first time since joining Liverpool on transfer deadline day. Alexander Isak has declared himself fit to play a full 90 minutes for Sweden as he continues to build up his fitness following his move to Liverpool. The striker joined the Reds in a 125-meters move from Newcastle United on transfer deadline day. However, he had endured a disjointed preseason with the Magpies as he essentially went on strike to force through an exit. Isak did not feature for the club at all during their preseason campaign or the start of the new Premier League season and trained on his own for the majority of the summer. As a result, Isak has not completed a full 90 minutes since the final day of last season when Newcastle lost 1-0 to Everton on May 25. He made his playing return for Sweden during the last international break, immediately linking up with his country after completing his move from St. James Park to Anfield. Featuring for 18 minutes against Kosovo, he has since made 6 appearances for Liverpool, starting 3 times. He boasts a goal and an assist from his outings so far, with his total game time for the Reds standing at 312 minutes. But while Isak is yet to reach peak physical condition, he insists he is ready to take the next step in his fitness plan as Sweden prepare to host Switzerland in their latest World Cup qualifier on Friday night. Tomorrow I'm ready for 90 minutes if needed, he said at a pre-match press conference. It's been a month now. I've had a lot more playing time and things have calmed down. I feel in a much better position now than last time. Isak also admitted that he wants to become a leader for Sweden as they look to bounce back from a disappointing September international break, which saw them pick up just a point from their 2 opening World Cup qualifiers. Of course you have that feeling, he said when asked if he wants to play a decisive role for his country. It automatically means you get a leading role. I'm starting to become one of the older ones. I want to be a leader and feel a responsibility, both on and off the field. There is pressure on us and high expectations, but that is common in football. We have the same ambitions as the Swedish people. Hopefully we can live up to the expectations. I hope that the people who are there, believe in it, and bring with them the positive energy that we will need to get that extra. It is important that we are all on the same track and help Sweden win. Meanwhile, Isak also offered his initial reflections on the start of his Liverpool career. Great so far, he said. Great team in a city where the team has a good relationship with the fans. It's been okay so far. Jeremie Frimpong takes swipe at Spurs' sore loser as Liverpool star causes immediate stir. Liverpool have 15 senior players away on international duty. With the likes of Jeremie Frimpong and Hugo Ekitike making an impression with the Netherlands and France, respectively, Arne Slot's Liverpool squad could be forgiven for not being in the best spirits heading into the October international break. Enduring a week they'd rather forget, the Reds suffered 3 back-to-back losses against Crystal Palace, Galatasaray, and Chelsea. Both domestic defeats were a result of last-minute winners, rubbing salt in the wounds for Liverpool as they lost their top spot in the Premier League table to Arsenal. However, it seems that a change of scenery could do wonders for the majority of Slot's squad, with 15 of his senior players called up for international duty as the Premier League takes its latest pause. They all seem to be in high spirits too, if the photos and videos shared by their national teams are anything to go by, as the Reds look to bounce back from their club-level woes. Florian Wirtz is putting in extra hours on the training pitch with Germany, hoping to kickstart his career with the Reds, while Andy Robertson has shrugged off injury worries after getting a knock against Chelsea to join full training with Scotland, reports the Liverpool Echo. The first day of international matches was on Wednesday, with Mohamed Salah having a day to remember, and with several of his Liverpool colleagues also set to play in the coming days. We take a look at how Liverpool's internationals are getting on during the break. Frimpong tells sore loser Spurs star to have respect. Liverpool's Jeremie Frimpong may not have had the smoothest start on the pitch, but he's certainly making waves off it. The Dutch international has quickly become a popular presence in the dressing room. He's also a hit with his fellow countrymen and couldn't resist a playful jab at Tottenham Hotspur's Xavi Simons during a recent training session with the Netherlands squad. A video shared by the Dutch national team on social media shows Frimpong participating in a keepy-uppy rondo with several teammates, including Simons and Liverpool's Cody Gakpo. Frimpong had to be quick to keep the ball in play after a volleyed pass from Simons, even colliding with the cameraman in the process. The rondo broke down when the ball returned to the Spurs midfielder. Simons voiced his frustration before the rondo restarted, but after failing again, he ran off with the ball and kicked it high into the air. "See? This is what losers do, bro," Frimpong quipped to the cameras. "Sore loser, bro. Why did he kick the ball away?" Addressing Simons, he added, "Hey, have respect. Have respect, bro." Both Frimpong and Simons could be chosen to start on the right wing for the Netherlands in their upcoming World Cup qualifier against Malta on Thursday night, followed by a match against Finland on Sunday. Liverpool ready to pay over $100 million for top transfer target, but he might cost even more. Liverpool are reportedly ready to pay over $100 million for the transfer of Bayern Munich winger Michael Olise, though he might cost even more than that. The Reds are keeping an eye on Olise, as confirmed by Christian Falk for his CF Bayern Insider column recently. There continues to be major speculation about the Frenchman, and the latest is that LFC might face paying as much as $150 million for his services. That's according to a report from Fichajes, who state that Liverpool want Olise and value him as highly as $100 million or even slightly more. Still, Liverpool splashed the cash on Alexander Isak this summer, with BBC Sport having his fee at a British record. $125 million, Liverpool could have another epic transfer window as they target Michael Olise. Liverpool fans might have another mammoth window to look forward to after the immense spending we saw from the club this summer. It was uncharacteristic of the Merseyside Giants, who'd only made one signing the previous year, but they invested large sums in Isak, Hugo Ekitike, Florian Wirtz, Jeremie Frimpong, and Milos Kerkez. With Mohamed Salah not getting any younger, and not at his best right now, it might be that Liverpool will soon need to think about bringing in a long-term replacement, and Olise looks like the ideal candidate. Michael Olise to return to the Premier League? Olise showed himself to be an exciting young talent during his previous stint in English football with Crystal Palace, and it would certainly be enjoyable for neutral fans to see him back in the Premier League. Still, it would be another worry for Liverpool's rivals if they were able to spend so big once again and attract another world-class talent. Salah can't go on forever, and Olise might well be tempted to try his luck at one of England's biggest clubs after a decent stint with Bayern.